Oh, hello, boys and girls, ladies and thems. Anybody is included in the January Blues review. Here we go. It's 2023. I hope everybody had an amazing New Year's. I'm going to kick it straight off the bat. January hasn't gone well. As you can see, somebody has done this to my head. I know. It is foul. Look at that. It is kind of wavy though. Doesn't get it on this Android quality camera, but there you are. Right, January. What has happened so far in January? Okay, so we're going to go globally, I think. We are not going to go globally because I have no freaking clue. England has sent 14 Challenger 2 tanks off to Ukraine. That's like a whole battalion worth, armored division worth of tanks in UK terms off to Ukraine to assist because there's been a bit of a standstill as far as I know. And one of my mates, he loves that War Thunder game, and he's been going off about how the Challenger 2's never been bested in combat or something like that, And he thinks this is actually pretty dangerous for the Challenger 2 because they're not done. They're not going to be driven by proper trained British tank pilots, and instead, Ukrainian people who've been trained very shortly on a very short-term basis in order to get these amazing pieces of machinery out. There's also like some German tank, the Leopard tank, I think it's called. I don't know which number it is. They're also really good as well. Well, he has the same opinion about that, and that this might mean that there might be a few significant casualties for the Challenger 2. But anyways, I do hope that this war does not escalate, especially now that there is multiple countries getting further involved into it. I really do hope that it ends soon, for the sake of everybody. What else is going on in the world? Fishy Rishi Sunak. He's been doing some dodgy stuff, I think. What do you call it? Sadiq Khan has put a massive carbon emission thingy around London, charging people a lot more money, but it's obviously gonna affect working class people who just want to go to work a lot more. And I think obviously carbon emissions should be cut, but you can't just do it by pricing people out of it because you're basically just catering to the rich. Then I think by allowing if you're going to price people out of it, you still have the same carbon emissions. You just have more rich people on the roads revving up their Bugattis. But yeah, what's actually happened for me though this January? A bit out of time, but I've been on the Formula 22 game, Formula 1 22 game. Been grinding it out, getting me into the mood of 2023. I'm hoping that Mercedes find their pace this year. I really do. I also really hope that 20% reduction in wind tunnel time for Red Bull. I hope it is critical. I hope it has destroyed Red Bull's technology and R&D. It definitely hasn't. Their car is amazing, but we've got to cripple them somehow, haven't we? They're horrible. Yeah, my predictions for Formula 1 2022. Okay, I'm going to write these things down, I think, just in case I check on these in the new year, I think, or at the end of the Formula 1 season. Okay, so, does anyone have a pen? Go on. All right, so Formula 1. F1 23 predictions. Right. So obviously we had a crazy silly season last year. What do you call it? Vettel retired. Piastri was to go to Alpine. I'm not going to Alpine. Going to McLaren. Ricardo goes, hey, yo, hold a minute. Something ain't right. And Ricardo's dips out of the sport, which opens up a space as well. So what do you call it? That Logan Sargent has gone to Williams, kicking Latifi out. Ricardo's left McLaren, bringing Piastri in. Alonso moved from Alpine to Aston Martin because Vettel moved out, which opened up a space in Alpine, which meant Gasly from AlphaTauri went to Alpine, which meant Nick De Vries is at AlphaTauri. Now, I absolutely despise the fact that AlphaTauri is a team in Formula One because it just means that there's two Red Bull teams, basically. But what do you call it? I absolutely love Nick De Vries. And something that has happened recently, about what I've heard, allegedly through the domain of TikTok. So I don't know how true this is, but because Nick De Vries didn't have many sponsors, it's very expensive to get into the sport of Formula One. So he finished Formula 2 and then went to Formula E. And whilst he's getting his super license points and all that stuff to get into Formula One, he's to counteract the fact that he didn't have any sponsors, he took out a dodgy loan of 250 grand from this bloke in the condition that he pays half of his wages if he ever gets into Formula One before 22 or 2023 or something. Something like that. And now he's going, yeah, I'm not paying that. And now he's in Formula One, which I rate it, to be fair. Obviously, paying back the 250k and then this game, bro. But, Nick De Vries, I love him. But he's going to be in a shitty AlphaTauri. I do want him to be like he was in his first race for Williams, where he's in the points. So I think Nick De Vries is going to be a frequent point scorer. I can say that. He's going to be frequently in the points. Dare I say, he beat Guan Yu Zhou's rookie season. I'm going to put that. Beating Zhou's rookie season. I don't know how many points Zhou Guan Yu got, but I know he got a point in his first race, which was really impressive. And I'm a bit of a Zhou Guan Yu fan. He's sexy, and I've heard that he's one of the best Formula One drivers on the simulator. He's just an outstandingly nice guy. Daps up Hamilton sometimes. His helmet designs are sexy. He's got Bottas as a teammate, and they get along quite well. Seeing him in Brazil when Bottas was telling him how to overtake a guy. I think it was Brazil or Mexico. He's telling someone how Bottas was assisting Zhou on how to overtake someone. It's lovely teamwork. So yeah. Another prediction. Sergio Perez. I don't think he will want to listen. I think he may get pushed to follow team orders. And if he gets pushed earlier in the season to follow team orders, it could spark another argument or controversy. So I'm going to put Red Bull drivers argument, team orders early in the season. you have to remember, Sergio Perez was ahead of Verstappen for a little while. I think it was up until Imola, so like 3 or 4 races last year. He was ahead of Max Verstappen, even though he hadn't won a race until Monaco, I think it was. I think that's where he won his first race. But if we look back at it, he should have won Spain, but it was team orders that moved him out of the way. He should have won Azerbaijan, but Red Bull put him on a slower strategy to let Max win. Yeah. And they had Perez on mega defense against Sainz in Miami instead of him pushing on to chase after Leclerc for second and first. But yeah. Any other ones? Oh, we have got a new driver lineup for Alpine. We have Esteban Ocon, lovely chap, bit crazy in the sticks though, and Pierre Gasly. Now, I always thought Esteban Ocon was better than Gasly, but this year, well, Formula 2022 season, really, Ocon should have been doing a lot better. We saw how well Alonso was doing in the races, and they finished on similar points, even though Alonso DNF'd so many more times than Ocon. So yeah, Ocon should have had a lot more points last season. So Gasly could beat him, and I'm not sure if the driver dynamic might be going too well with them two, especially with the Instagram post recently where Ocon and Gasly went to a basketball game with Charles Leclerc, the Ferrari driver, and in the Ocon pictures, all 3 of them are in them. Leclerc not smiling too much. And then in the Leclerc pictures on Leclerc's Instagram, he's cropped out Esteban Ocon. So maybe Gasly's been slagging off Ocon behind his back to Leclerc, and now Leclerc doesn't like Ocon or something. It's just a rumour. But I'm going to put Alpine beef. Alpine beef / power struggle. And I'm going to make one rogue one. I don't think Lando Norris will win a race. I don't think he's got it. 6 seasons, I think he's been in Formula One now. Oh no, that's Lance Stroll. He's been in the sport long enough. He should have had a win now. He threw it at Russia, and he's not been the same since. Lando, I'd love him to win. I'd love for him to win, but he just annoys me too much, and I don't think he's got it. Winless season. Yeah. Now, I really want Mercedes to win constructors, or for at least Hamilton to win the championship. I'd love that, but I don't think it's realistic that they can achieve both straight off the back of such a shite car. Plus, they only finished 3rd in the constructors last year, so they don't really have the development money to make an epic car. Oh, well, actually, they're rich as fuck anyway, so it doesn't really matter about the development money. But I'd like to say Hamilton to win. How many races we're going to say? I'm going to say Hamilton to beat Russell. He's going to get back in the groove of it. They're not going to put him on rogue strategies at the start of the season. Hamilton over Russell. Yep. And I think Mercedes will beat Ferrari. So that's what I'll put. But yeah, those are my Formula One predictions. I'll check back with you in December, I think, with them. Yeah. Back to normal Ryan, not Formula Nerd Ryan. What else has happened? Got back in the gym, but then I got ill again, as you can hear in my voice, and my nose is blocked. Yeah, yeah, I've got my creatine here. This shit gets you going, and I mix it with this dodgy Aldi freaking knockoff Red Bull, Red Thunder. Woo! And it really, really gets you going. You could do 3 times the amount of sets, but then like you do need a 3 times more powerful shit afterwards. So pros and cons. What else have I got? Oh, I've had loads of exams, assessed pieces of work with uni to hand in. 1,000-word essay, solo presentations, which I did on Formula One, a poster, group work, and I've got 2 time constrained exams this week coming up to round off the month. So yeah, I think that will conclude my January blues. That will. Fucking, we put the Pepsi down there then. I went to a Bossman shop the other day on Just Eat. I was hungry as fuck, and my roommate hadn't washed up all of his shit, and I wasn't gonna wash it up for the 3rd time that day. And so I was looking on Just Eats for the biggest deals, and there was this one, right? Which my mate said it was good. I'm never trusted him taking his word again for food, mate. I thought maybe he might have some brains on takeaways, but because he has no brains in the kitchen, maybe because he eats so many takeaways, he might have some brains, and I should take his word for it because he has so many, right? So I go to this one. I'm not going to slate him, mate, because it might have just been a bad day. But I got on there, and it says the pizza itself was like £6.50, £7, and I clicked on it. But then it was part of the buy one get one free, and I was like, some £7 pizza, and then I get another one for £3.50. I was like, banging. Okay then. So I did that, and so I got a meat feast pizza and a garlic bread with cheese pizza, and I was like, oh, this is fucking banging. Then it said, and I was like, oh, okay then. I didn't really even want pizza, but I'll have the pizza tomorrow, and I'll get my main meal that I wanted tonight. So I got a large Dolomite chips and cheese. Oh, sorry, it's coming back at me. A large Dolomite chips and cheese. So the large Dolomite chips and cheese was like £6.50 again, £7. Oh no, it's like £7.50, I think. The maths isn't adding up in my head. £6.50, yeah, it's around £6.50. It doesn't really matter. It's 50p plus or minus, isn't it? But yeah, £6.50 for that. Then it's £7 for the first pizza. So that puts it around £13.50, £14. And then the other pizza was like £3.50, I think, because it's half price. So that puts it over £15. And then it said, because I spent over £15, I could have a free garlic bread with cheese. So I was like, yes, please. But then I've got 2 garlic breads with cheese. So I swapped out my garlic bread with cheese that I was getting for half price for a Doner Meat pizza. And I'm like, so now I've got a meat feast pizza, a Doner Meat pizza, a garlic bread with cheese pizza, and then I've got my Doner Meat chips and cheese. And it's like 18 quid. It's 15 to 18 quid. It was something like that. Whoa. Doesn't matter, anyways. And then it said, if I spend £2 more, if I spend £2 more, I get it, the whole thing 15% off. And I saw they had a bottle of Pepsi on there, which was like a big bottle of Pepsi that I just kicked over. For £2 something on there. So I clicked that, got the 15% off, and it whacked my meal down loads. So I basically got it took more than the price of the bottle of Pepsi off, basically. So I got the bottle of Pepsi for free, basically. And I was like, holy shit. So I've got a free garlic bread pizza, a pizza for half price, and a free bottle of Pepsi, all for the price of a kebab with chips and cheese, and a full-size pizza and a half-price pizza. So I was like, deal. I was like, why are they knocking off all this money? Like, surely, like, this place must be ram-packed if they're knocking off all these, like, this amount of money. Then I was fuming because what I just spent on fucking service charges and delivery charges, like £3 for both of them, mate. So 6 quid of that. So I may have got about 12, 15 quid's worth of free food and discounts and stuff like that. But then I spent like 5, 6 quid on fucking delivery charges. Yeah. And then it gets here and I'm excited to fuck, right? The Doner Meat on my chips is pink. I'm not gonna say like is like that thick, if you can tell. For a second. It's about the thickness of like this wallet. It's like the thickness of the wallet. Like thick as fuck. I'll go, bro, it's like slabs of like gammon or something. And it's pink. Like you've got veins of pink in the middle. So it's obviously they've just gone, oh shit, I've got an order, and turned the fucking Doner Meat thing kebab rotisserie thing on just as I got it, bro. So it's like slightly raw Doner Meat. I was like, oh yes, please. So I was like, I'll put that down for a second. Try the chips. Chips are leg as fuck. So I was like, okay, we can save this. We can save this. We can save this. Garlic bread pizza. My guy. The box. It's like that big. Right? Pizza. It's like about my head. If this is the box, it's about the size of my head. There's like a massive gap, basically. And then the garlic bread pizza just looked grim. It looked like they cooked a pizza base and then put a few herbs on the pizza base, like that little bit of green shit that you get in garlic butter. And then they put the garlic butter on top. And they forgot about the cheese. It was just garlic butter on pizza. They didn't cook the garlic butter or anything into the dough. No, it was cooked stuff. It was like toast, basically. It was like, oh, glad I got this for half price. 3 quid. What big ifs. Meat Feast pizza. That was all right. It's all right. It was okay. I mean, the sauce was a bit there, here and there. The ham, chewy as fuck. But it was okay. It wasn't the worst Meat Feast I've ever had. Then comes the Doner Meat pizza. So I was thinking, all right, the Doner Meat wasn't cooked on my chips, but they had to have cut that off and then put it on the pizza, and then it would have cooked in the oven, right? So that it'd be cooked. No, basically, the Doner Meat pizza is a Meat Feast pizza. Basically, it still has like ham and pepperoni and stuff on it. So they cook it, and then they take it out, and then they put the Doner Meat on top of it. So I had a pizza with raw doner meat on the top. So yeah, I ended up having to throw all the doner meat in the air fryer to warm it back up. I ate the chips. I didn't eat the garlic bread. I ate the meat feast. So I left the garlic bread and the doner meat pizza. I had them today, and I have not felt myself since, mate. I have not felt great. Plus, I've already got a cold as well. But yeah, my belly and back end have seen the worst of it today. Dehydrated me as well, mate. I need more fluids. Yeah. That's I think that's the day in the life of Ryan. Oh, and got a parking ticket as well. I've had 2 parking tickets. I live on my street. Oh, of course I live on my street. I have a parking permit for my street, right? And it gives you a map, basically, like a chart of everywhere where my parking permit can park in my city. And what do you call it? He's I parked on my street. I only ever park on my street just in case I get the wrong street. And I get a parking ticket for just being on the wrong street, even though I've got a permit. So I only park on my street. The first time, I'll excuse it, right? I parked somewhere overnight, thinking at the bottom of my street, because I see cars parking there all the time, right? And I'm like, okay then. And there's this van that was there for like 3-4 days. Thought nothing of it because the sign there says permit holders and stuff like that on the side as well. But parked there. Like after it says what do you call it? Permit holders only. But you can free parking after 6 p.m. So that's how I read it all the time. So I must have parked there after 6 p.m. Right. And I left it there overnight, and then I came back to the parking space by like 3 p.m. the next day, and I had a parking ticket on there. I look at the sign, and it says permit holders after 6 p.m. on that small, tiny bit where you can fit 2 cars in it on the end of my street. You can only fit 2 cars in there. And then on the other side of the street, you can fit another 2 cars. Doesn't matter. Any time of day between 8 a.m. and 6 p.m., you can't park there for more than 2 hours. No idea. The landlord said I could park anywhere on the street as long as I've got a permit. So I had no idea. I should have checked the sign. So what happens next? I pay that one off. It's 25 quid, I think. 50, 25 quid. Something like that. Pissed though. So then I vow to never park at the bottom of the street. So I live on a really steep hill, right? And I hate parking on fucking slopes that are like this. So I've got to be like Daddy Pig and fucking Peppa Pig, bro. Got to drive it up like this and then bring it down to the side like this. I'm driving up. Let's say I want to park this side. I've got to drive up and then bring it over to the right, this side, and then reverse it in like that, and then drop a little bit to give me a gap. But it's a pain in the arse, mate. It's a pain in the arse. And I parked at the very top of the street because it's so hard to park in there. That's usually the only place on the street that will still have places left when it's busy. So I had no space to go, and my mate knows someone who parks there all the time, and the neighbour, they have family around all the time, and I've seen people on the streets who have guests around all the time, and they park in these spaces, and they'll have their family around in the day as well. overnight, 2 nights, like that. So like, I think nothing of it. I park there. Literally, the next day, go out there. Oh, it was today actually. Yeah. So I parked there Friday night. I go out Saturday, 2 p.m., something like that. I think it was 3 p.m. Got another fucking ticket on there. Again, that one, which is always at the top of the street, where nobody freaking parks anyways. What visitors, what like tourists are going to want to park up there anyways? In a residential area, way out of the city. Like, I'm going to want to park there. Even know about it. What tourists are going to know about it? I don't know. But yeah, the game's the game. I parked there, got a ticket, pissed off. You can't even see the sign on that one because the sign is not even facing the road, it's been bent around the other side. So I just assumed it was the same as the sign on the other side of the street, which is just residents only, and you can park anytime for as long as you want. Because like at the bottom of the street where I got the ticket, you can get it's 2 hours only on both sides of the street. Whereas at the top of the street, this is residents, this is 2 hours only. But I saw this sign that says residents, so I assumed it was this one. That ain't the case, bro. So yeah. But what was also fun was that the car that was in front of me, where I parked in this space, car that was there in the same lay-by with the 2 hours only sticker on it, 2 hours only sign, mate, he didn't get a ticket and he was there before me. I parked behind him and his car was still there when I got there. So unless he drove out for 2 hours whilst the parking ticket warden, traffic warden, bloke, lady, freaking officer, what do you call it, put a ticket on my car whilst he drove off and then freaking came back 2 hours later, knowing. I don't see that ever happening because they don't come out there else that much either. I swear it's been in that space multiple days, but yeah, I'm going to keep myself well aware of the parking on my street now. And I'll keep you posted on if I ever get a ticket again. Because right now, I think I've spent, it's either 50 quid or £100 I'm going to have to pay this month. I don't know. It's like £25 if you pay it in the first 14 days. But if it doesn't come out my bank account, then they say I haven't paid it. I've pressed the option to pay. So if it doesn't come out within 14 days, then they'll say, oh no, you owe us another 25, like that. So yeah, can't wait. I wish you all a much better February than I had with my January. I've been ill twice. Could not go to the gym as much as I wanted to. And I've had shitloads of exams. Yeah, and I'm jobless. I'm fucking jobless. Nobody wants to hire a retarded fucking Formula One fan. So yeah, that's it as well, mate. Anyways, what I don't know. Right, I know it's getting late, boys. It's almost risen o'clock. That's why. Well, there's a full moon where I become a wizard, bro. My PhD in quantum physics is put to good use. Yeah. Right, anyways, I'm back. I hope that you do have a good February. I hope I have a fucking better February. I hope I'm not ill for once. Either way, whatever happens, I definitely will be alone for Valentine's Day. So join me here for Valentine's Day piss up, I think. Yeah. I think we'll have a Valentine's Day fucking piss up, I think. But yeah. Yeah, we're going to get loud. Anyways, you guys take care. It's good seeing you. Sorry this was a short one by my standard. Take care, lads. Yeah, I want to fucking end it.